Well, people say programming is a fun, but I say it's an art because it let you paint your logical and planning capabilities into a canvas of a computer program. Welcome to Introduction to Programming. I'm Dr. Anwar ul Haq, your lecturer for the unit. In this unit, I'm going to teach you how to convert your abstract thinking into more descriptive, concise, and efficient kind of computer programs. But I always tell my students to start with these kind of questions always. What, why, and how. So before doing anything, you start out with these questions. First thing is why. Why we are enrolled in this unit, why we want to learn from this unit. So the very first thing, why we need to do programming. The programming is something where when you say you use programming languages, mean that you want to communicate to the machine. So the language is needed to communicate to the machine. So that's the very first thing. And the other two aspects, what? So we want to look at what's mean by programming language, what different levels are, what's mean by machine language, what's mean by high level languages, and those kind of things. And we want to also look at that, how we're going to do it. So that first of all, we look at the learning outcome of this course. So in this course, after successful completion of this course, you would be able to comprehend the concept of programming. So the programming languages, what's meant by different programming styles, like you going from the functional, procedural, object-oriented programming languages. You also look at the what's meant by a programming problem and how can you write a good program, how can you write an efficient program, how can you optimize your code. So these kind of things. How can you test your program? So these are different kind of things which we're going to learn in this unit. Well, there's something which is very important, which is like always concerns all of the students. It's like, what are the unit assessments? So in this unit, there are 2 non-exam assessments and 1 exam assessment. So 2 non-exam assessments are assignment 1 and assignment 2, which so we'll describe the assignment details when the time would arrive. So we will release all the assignments at that time. And the final exam is 50%. Now, what it indicates is that this unit has a hurdle, and that hurdle is the final exam. It means that you have to pass the final assessment, which is the final exam, to pass this unit. Other 2 assessments are not. Now, there are some important areas which you need to understand while you are looking at the programming languages. And the most important 2 words, which is syntax and semantics, are very, very important. So what does it mean by syntax? A syntax means like a grammar. It's something like how you learn any language, like you need to follow some language rules, like how the language works. So this is known as syntax. Now, what's the meanings? Sometimes the syntax is correct, but still the semantics are wrong. Like semantics means like what's the meanings of that sentence, like statement which you write in the language. We look at the other programming concepts. We look at the design of different efficient computer programs. We do the debugging, and we do a lot of things, and we try to practice exercises on which you can practice your code. The language which we're going to use here is Python. So Python is one of the modern languages, high-level languages, which is the capabilities of an object-oriented program, procedural and functional programming. So that's very important at a beginner's levels to understand. That it's so easy sometimes to understand the Python statements and to work with it. It's so flexible language. And so we're going to look at different aspects, high-level aspect, and the more powerful features of the Python language. So this course uses Python 3.5, and we also need some editor to use with the Python. So are you excited for the course? So let's start the course next week. Thank you.